They thought the investigation was over. They thought the darkest chapter of WWE had been closed. And they thought the assassination attempt on Roman Reigns at Clash in Paris was already explained and contained. But Adam Pearce has just detonated the most shocking announcement in the history of professional wrestling, proving that everything we believed was only a fragment of a much larger and far more dangerous conspiracy. One that reaches beyond the ring, beyond WWE, and into the very heart of international power itself. Wrestling fans, corporate executives, mainstream media, and even federal investigators believed that the men behind Roman's near-death experience had been caught, that justice was in motion, and that the tribal chief was finally safe. But at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, Pearce appeared at an emergency press conference from an undisclosed location surrounded by federal agents and international law enforcement and exposed that the attack on Roman Reigns was not simply a corporate betrayal or a financial plot to remove an uncontrollable superstar. It was a coordinated international assassination attempt backed by multiple governments, crime syndicates, and intelligence networks. A plot designed to silence one of the most influential cultural figures in the world because his voice, his message, and his ability to mobilize millions around family loyalty, personal strength, and cultural unity posed a direct threat to shadow organizations that thrive on social division and mass manipulation. Pearce revealed that during his independent investigation, he uncovered classified files spanning hundreds of pages that outlined detailed assessments of Roman's global influence, documents that not only charted his impact on wrestling but also his ability to transcend the industry and shape conversations worldwide. And in those documents were specific strategies for eliminating him, plans for making his death look like an accident or an in-ring injury, and even coordination between international agencies and corporate leaders to ensure that his platform would be dismantled and his influence erased. The revelation that WWE executives themselves had been compromised, receiving financial incentives and bonuses tied to the success of Roman's elimination, shattered the credibility of the company's leadership and revealed the business we thought was entertainment as nothing more than a front for global manipulation programs, with names like Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Nick Khan directly implicated in accepting payments to betray not just Roman but the very integrity of the wrestling industry. But Pearce didn't stop there. He explained that Roman's so-called medical treatment after the Paris incident was not healing but torture disguised as recovery, a systematic program of psychological warfare and experimental mind control where doctors weren't trying to save him but were attempting to map his network, extract intelligence about his influence, and reprogram him into a controllable asset. And the horror deepened when Pearce revealed that members of Roman's inner circle, people he trusted as family, had been infiltrated by intelligence operatives, with Naomi's betrayal of Jimmy Uso exposed as a planned infiltration by global forces to fracture the bloodline and make Roman more vulnerable. And if you thought that was shocking, Pearce then dropped the revelation that Roman was not the only target. In fact, his attempted assassination was part of a global program designed to eliminate cultural figures across industries who dared to spread messages of unity and strength, with at least 17 other athletes, musicians, actors, and creators already neutralized or erased because their influence threatened international systems that profit from chaos, division, and control. The press conference revealed how these forces specialize in assassination methods that look like accidents, medical failures, or career-ending mishaps, ensuring that the public dismisses them as tragic coincidences while in reality they are surgical eliminations. And Roman's own attack in Paris had been crafted to look like an in-ring incident when it was in fact a meticulously orchestrated attempt at murder. Pearce warned that Roman's survival has escalated the conspiracy's operations from covert assassinations to direct military threats, forcing federal authorities to place him under military protection because his survival, his ability to endure their plan, has made him the single most dangerous man to these organizations, and protecting him is no longer just about wrestling, it is about national security. But in the middle of exposing this nightmare, Pearce also revealed a spark of hope, because Roman's survival has awakened cultural figures worldwide, entertainers of every kind realizing that they too are being targeted, that their independent voices are seen as dangerous, and that the only way to resist is through unity, through the creation of independent protection networks outside compromised law enforcement, with secure facilities, encrypted communication systems, and security teams. capable of standing against international elimination programs. Pearce made it clear that wrestling itself has been used as a laboratory for social engineering. Every storyline, every character arc, every piece of content carefully measured and analyzed for audience manipulation before being applied to other entertainment platforms, meaning that the industry we love has been exploited as an experimental ground for global control. But now that the truth is exposed, the industry has the chance to fight back and to reclaim its independence. Roman Reigns has become the face of this resistance. His survival is living proof that these programs can be fought, and his message of loyalty, strength, and unity has become a direct challenge to the very organizations that tried to erase him. And as Pearce ended his explosive announcement, he made it clear that the attack in Paris was not the end but the beginning of a global resistance, a movement that could transform not just WWE, but the entire entertainment world into a battleground for cultural independence. Fans, media, and officials were left in disbelief. But one thing is certain: wrestling will never be the same again. Roman's survival has exposed a conspiracy bigger than anyone imagined, and the fight for truth, freedom, and cultural unity has just begun. So if you're watching this right now, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this story with everyone you know, because the world needs to hear the truth. The fight has only just started, and Roman Reigns is at the center of it all.